So, in the Belgian city of Ninove, there's this really remarkable building, the Abbey Church, or Abbot Kerk. Now, on the surface, yeah, it's a beautiful piece of Baroque architecture. But its real story? It's a story of total destruction, of profound weakness, and honestly, one of the most audacious, defiant comebacks you can imagine.
And that right there gets to the absolute heart of it. This massive, grand structure wasn't just a place to go and worship. No, it was built with a mission. It was literally designed to persuade you of something, to project an idea so powerful it could rise from its own ashes.
Okay, so to really understand how a building can be designed to convince, you have to look at what came before it, and more importantly, what happened to it. Because the church that once stood right on this spot wasn't just replaced, it was completely, utterly erased.
The original church, a Romano-Gothic one, was completely destroyed during the religious wars back in the 16th century. And when I say destroyed, I'm not talking about a renovation. This was a total leveling, a wipeout. So, whatever came next couldn't just be a replacement. It had to be a statement, a powerful message answering an act of absolute destruction. But here's the thing. That powerful message didn't come quickly. Not at all. The destruction was followed by this long, frustrating period of, well, silence. For decades, the city of Ninove wasn't looking at a construction site. It was just staring at its own ruins.
So after the destruction in the 1500s, pretty much the entire 17th century was just inaction. For over 100 years, yeah, plans were drawn up, but there was no money. The project was dead in the water. All that was left were the foundations. It wasn't until the early 18th century that a new, incredibly bold vision finally started to take shape.
I mean, can you imagine that? An entire community known for being free-thinking and critical, just staring at a pile of rubble right in its heart for generations? That feeling of stagnation, of loss, that's the crucial backdrop for the dramatic change that was about to happen.
So what finally broke the deadlock? Well, it was a man named Abbot Van der Haeghen. At the start of the 18th century, he shows up with a crystal clear vision. He didn't just want to rebuild, he wanted to make a statement that no one could ignore.
And this was his guiding principle, right here. He basically said, if we're going to do this, we need something that isn't just seen, but is felt. It had to be a total experience, and for that job, he picked the perfect architectural tool for the job, the Baroque style.
Now you have to understand, in this context, Baroque wasn't just an aesthetic choice, all fancy and ornamental. It was a strategic tool. It was a language of power, and it was being used specifically in a time of weakness. The crucial point here is, the style was the message.
And to really get why, we need to zoom out. Across Europe, the Catholic Church was losing its grip. The Baroque style became its direct response. It was like a visual PR campaign designed to communicate one very clear message. We are still here. We are organized, and we are powerful. So this church in Nineveh, it was just one local battle in a much bigger, continental war of ideas.
Okay, so that's the grand plan. How do you actually translate a message of power into a physical experience? Well, the design of the Abbey Kerk is basically a masterclass in sensory manipulation. It's crafted to overwhelm you before you even get a chance to think.
It all starts on the outside. Those wide stairs, the massive facade, the tall statues. It all just screams strength, like it's saying, we were not broken. Then you step inside, and your eyes are just automatically pulled upwards. That is not an accident. The windows, the light, the sheer volume of the space, it's all engineered to create awe, to make your body react before your mind can even start to analyze it. And by making it a showcase for local artists, it became a project for the whole city.
And a huge piece of this sensory puzzle was the sound, the music. In 1728, the famous and incredibly expensive Forceville organ was commissioned. And it wasn't just an instrument covered in statues of angels and all that. It was a centerpiece of the whole experience, making sure the church wasn't just seen, but that it was heard and felt too. And that's really the essence of the whole Baroque philosophy at play here. This entire building was designed to bypass your rational thought and hit you right on a visceral, emotional level. You were supposed to walk in and just feel the power, the permanence, the divine presence, before your brain even had a chance to catch up and process the details. So, when you strip away all the art history and the religious doctrine, what is this building really all about? Well, it's about a fundamental human quality, one that defined not just this church, but the entire city of Nineveh. See, this was never just some top-down project from a distant authority. By using local and Flemish artists and craftspeople, it became the city's own project. It's really a testament to the whole community's identity, a massive symbol made of stone and marble of their collective will to endure and to rebuild.
So what does a place like this ask of us today? You know, it doesn't require you to have any particular belief or expertise. It just asks us to stop for a moment and really consider the story that it tells.
And the answer it offers us is this: to feel the power of persistence. To recognize that this building is so much more than a church. It's a monument to the idea that from total, absolute destruction, you can build something that's not just new, but is actually more powerful than what was lost.